Do all the kids my age have the chance to go to school? Why should I go to school when I can have more fun learning from the internet?
How can education help me to live up to modern challenges and get a job? How can I help my students benefit fully from all these new technologies? How is my children's education going to be financed? How can I keep my students up to higher international standards? How can education contribute more efficiently to conflict resolution and reconciliation? The future of education
Is ready to turn a page.
Welcome to Doha, and a very warm welcome to the first World Innovation Summit for Education, better known as WISE, to tell us about this initiative. Her Highness Sheikha موزة بن ناصر المسند.
فالتعليم هو المفتاح الأساسي لثقافة السلام. ذلك السلام كفعل إيجابي مسؤول وواعٍ لأجيالنا في الحاضر والمستقبل. في هذا السياق تطلق مؤسسة قطر للتربية والعلوم وتنمية المجتمع هذه المبادرة مساهمة منها في الجهود العالمية لمشروع من أجل تعليم نوعي ومتميز. فمن خلال هذا الحضور المتميز من صناع القرار والفاعلين المهتمين بقضايا التعليم نأمل في إرساء أسس منتدى قادر على توسيع دائرة الحوار وإطلاق العنان للابتكار لأجل إنضاج الأفكار وخلق الفرص والخروج بحلول عملية قادرة على ربط قضايا التعليم بمتطلبات التنمية المستدامة. حضرات السيدات والسادة، قد ترسخت لدي منذ سنوات ليست بالقليلة قناعة مؤداها أن ملف التعليم للجميع رغم كل الجهود المبذولة لا يزال يراوح مكانه، وقد يوحي البطء وربما التعثر في وتيرة إنجاز أهدافه، إنه على شك الدخول في غيبوبة أو موت سريري إلا لما نتحرك سريعا بكل جهد بكفاءة ومسؤولية. وحينما أتحدث عن المسؤولية فإني لا أميز بالأقوياء والضعفاء هنا ولا بين المتقدمين ولا المتخلفين، فالجميع مسؤول والجميع مطوق بأمانة النهوض بالشأن التعليمي. فالابتكار في التعليم الذي هو شعار هذا المؤتمر يجب أن يتحول إلى إجراء قابل للإنجاز والتنفيذ. فالابتكار يجب أن يكون في قلب العمل التعليمي، فهو السبيل إلى إطلاق الطاقة الكاملة في الإنسان وتوجيهها الوجهة الرشيدة خدمة لأغراض التنمية. ولذلك فقد آن الأوان لوضع ذلك المفهوم في سياقه الشمولي والأصيل، ولا يحصر فقط في تحقيق القدرة على مواكبة المستجدات التكنولوجية والتحكم في أدواتها للاستجابة لمتطلبات السوق والمنافسة. إن الابتكار لا يستورد كما أنه لا يزرع في جسم الغريب. الابتكار ثقافة مجتمعية تقدر العقل البشري وملكاته ومهاراته وإبداعاته، ثقافة تنمو وتزدهر متى تلائمت متطلبات البيئة المناخية المناسبة. خلال الأيام القليلة المقبلة سوف نعمل جميعا على تكامل جهودنا لتحليل واقع التعليم وتشخيص بنية مشاكله، لكن أهم من هذا وذاك هو أن نخلص سويا إلى مقترحات وخارطة طريق مبتكرة تعكس قناعاتنا المشتركة. لقد حضرنا هنا جميعا لأننا نؤمن أن الابتكار في التعليم هو حجر الأساس في تشييد السلام العالمي الإيجابي، كما أشار إليه سمو الأمير في إحدى خطاباته. في عالمنا العربي نحن معنيون أكثر من غيرنا بهذا الموضوع، ليس بسبب واقعنا التعليمي الحالي فحسب، وإنما بسبب حمولتنا الحضارية على مستوى المعرفة الإنسانية والتي تطوقنا بمسؤولية عظمى. ربما تندرج مقولة نيتشه في هذا السياق واقتبس: يكون الابتكار مدعاة للسكينة حينما لا يقطع الصلة بالقديم. أشكركم وأتمنى التوفيق لأعمالنا. شكرا لكم.
It is a big honor for me that this World Innovation Summit for Education is my first public speaking engagement since becoming Director General of UNESCO. In fact, this is my first working day. Let me begin by respectfully thanking Your Highness, Sheikh Moza bin Nasser Al Misnet, for this invitation. You have contributed to ensuring that where education is in crisis and under attack, we take action to protect it. UNESCO looks forward to close and continued engagement with you to extend the right to education to every child, youth, and adult. Education needs innovation for several reasons. The first is that the right to education is still not a reality for millions of individuals, despite the impressive strides made since 2000. We know that exclusion has many faces. Children may not attend school because their families earn less than $1 or $2 a day. They may be caught in distressful situations of conflict that destroy their entire social network and environment. But they may also be excluded simply because they are girls or women, because they speak a minority language, belong to a religious minority, an indigenous group, or live with a disability. Education cannot tolerate such discrimination. It violates all fundamental principles of human rights, from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948 to the Convention on the Rights of the Child, which celebrates its 20th anniversary in a few days. We require innovation to dramatically improve the quality of education at all levels. If students are not learning, then our education systems are not effective and definitely not a wise investment. Knowledge is power. Lack of knowledge keeps individuals locked in poverty with little ability to envision the future. We need innovations to train more teachers in methods that encourage participation, teamwork, creativity, and critical thinking, and problem solving. An ethical mindset also seeks to find solutions to the global challenges we face: climate change, hunger, shrinking water resources, endangered biodiversity, and health epidemics. Education must engender a culture of sharing and responsibility towards our planet. It must open hearts and minds. Promoting peace and respect rather than conflict and competition is imperative if we are to improve the human condition. We need innovations because the world is undergoing profound and rapid transformation. Technology continues to drive integration, revolutionize how we communicate, and calls for new skills from scientific to media literacy. Growing numbers of people are migrating, often in search of better lives, making our societies ever more multicultural. Innovation must be geared towards a fair globalization. They must build bridges between the worlds of learning and of work, and be anchored in communities. UNESCO has embarked over the past year on an ambitious reflection about the future shape of education through a cycle of major international conferences. They have focused on inclusion, education for sustainable development, higher education, and next month on adult learning and education in Belém, Brazil. Together, these conferences promote a comprehensive and integrated vision of education that is a prerequisite for veritable knowledge societies to emerge. We cannot have high-quality innovations alongside high rates of child malnutrition or intolerable levels of illiteracy, especially female illiteracy. Knowledge has to be more widely shared through strategic alliances, learning networks, and the harnessing of new technologies. Through North-South and South-South cooperation, including platforms such as this summit and UNESCO specialized networks, we have the possibility to promote and scale up innovation practices. Just over 5 years separate us from 2015, the target date for achieving the education for all and the Millennium Development Goals. I'm determined that we travel this road together.
Someone once said, education costs money. But then again, so does ignorance. And as we just heard, spending on education is an investment. It's a very worthy investment if we remind ourselves that research shows that education is a key prerequisite for sustainable growth. To tell us more about this conference and what we are going to be doing, it gives me great pleasure to invite to the stage the chairman of WISE and the vice president of the Qatar Foundation, Dr. Abdullah bin Ali Al-Thani.
Thank you, Nima. It is indeed an exceptional occasion and a privilege to be in one room with so many experts in such a wide variety of fields from across the world. Planetary forces concerns us all. They are political, economical, social, technological, and environmental. They determine the threats and opportunities to confront us and the choices we must make. The world education community is united by a conviction that humanity's best hope lies in the universal access to high-quality education. Education is the vehicle for sharing, strengthening, and passing on our civilization. We owe it to our children and our children's children to equip them as best we can to force the challenges for the future with wisdom, optimism, and confidence. The idea of holding a global summit on education was raised by Her Highness some 3 years ago. From the outset, it was conceived as a highly collaborative project involving international partners and experts. We hope WISE will become a medium, a global education forum where all actors can meet, reflect, and consider ideas. Over the next 3 days, we expect real meaningful debate that gives rise to action. We must turn our words into deeds and durable initiatives.